The streets of New York were alive with holiday lights, but the air was freezing. People rushed past, bundled in warm coats, their hands stuffed into pockets, lost in their own world. But among the crowd, one figure stood out. A young girl, barely 10 years old, standing on the corner, shivering, holding a small bundle of flowers. Her tiny hands were red from the cold, yet she held out the flowers with hope, whispering softly, "Would you like to buy one?" No one stopped. Some didn't even look at her. Just then, a black SUV rolled to a stop nearby. The door opened, and stepping out, dressed in a sleek coat, was Barron Trump. His sharp eyes scanned the street, taking in the bright city, the rushing people. But his focus shifted instantly when he noticed the little girl. His footsteps slowed. He watched as a man walked past her, not even acknowledging her presence. She lowered her head but didn't give up, clutching the flowers tighter. Barron's expression changed. He reached into his coat pocket, but instead of pulling out money, he did something no one expected. But before we continue, where are you watching from? Drop your location in the comments, and if you love stories like this, hit that subscribe button so you never miss one. Now, let's get back to what happened next. Barron walked straight toward the girl, who hesitated when she noticed him. People around them slowed down, curious. A few recognized him, whispering amongst themselves. But Barron didn't seem to notice. He knelt slightly to her level. "Are you okay?" he asked. The girl nodded but didn't say much. Instead, she extended a flower toward him. "It's only $1, she whispered. Her voice was shaking, not from fear, but from the cold. Barron didn't take the flower. Instead, he glanced at the nearly empty basket by her feet. "How many do you have left?" he asked. The girl hesitated before softly replying, 15. Barron nodded, then did something that left the entire street watching. He pulled out his phone and made a call. Within minutes, a black car pulled up, and a man in a suit stepped out. He walked straight to Barron, handing him an envelope. Barron took it, turned back to the girl, and handed it to her. The little girl frowned, confused. When she opened it, her eyes widened in shock. It wasn't just money. It was something far more valuable. Inside the envelope was a scholarship letter, fully paid tuition for one of the best schools in the state. The girl looked up, confused. I don't understand," she whispered. Barron smiled. "Selling flowers in the cold isn't something a kid should be doing. You should be in school." The girl's lips parted as if she wanted to say something, but no words came out. Tears welled in her eyes. For years, she had been told dreams were impossible. And now, in one moment, everything had changed. But just as she was about to speak, a sharp voice interrupted. "She doesn't need your help." A woman, bundled in a worn coat, rushed toward them, her mother. She grabbed the envelope, looking suspiciously at Barron. "Who are you?" she demanded. Barron remained calm. "I'm just someone who believes she deserves a better chance." The mother's eyes darted between him and the letter. And then, something unexpected happened. The mother's hands began to shake as she read the letter. Her lips trembled. I can't accept this," she said, her voice cracking. Barron looked at the little girl. "Do you want to go to school?" he asked softly. The girl nodded slowly. Her mother looked down at her daughter, then back at Barron. Her tough exterior cracked, and suddenly, tears rolled down her cheeks. "For years I've tried, but life never gave us a break," she admitted. "I didn't want her to hope for something impossible." Barron's expression softened. "It's not impossible anymore." The mother clutched the envelope to her chest, her walls breaking down completely. But what happened next turned the entire situation upside down. A passerby had been recording the entire scene, and within hours, The video exploded on the internet. Millions watched as Barron Trump changed the life of a little girl selling flowers on the streets. The next day, news channels covered the story. Offers poured in, not just for the girl, but for her family. Jobs, housing, education. Their lives had changed forever. The little girl was no longer invisible. And the most powerful moment? When she walked into her new school for the first time, holding a single flower in her hand. As she stepped inside, she whispered, "Thank you." Not just to Barron Trump, but to life, to hope, to the belief that anything is possible. And if you believe in hope too, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a story like this.